Rest in peace, Project Redline. So some of you might have seen on the Full Boost Facebook group recently, we had Project Redline, our Mazda 13B Turbo 626 project up for sale, and yeah, I can tell you now that it's been sold and it's getting ready to move on to a new home, unfortunately. We didn't take the decision lightly. We sat back and assessed everything, but the state of COVID and racing here in Victoria meant we're hedging our bets basically that it looks like we probably won't be able to race for the remainder of 2020. We actually haven't raced this car since probably mid-ish 2018. A lot of family and life circumstances got in the way. I actually moved house, had a lot to do in building up a new garage and things like that, so we weren't really in a position to race again until later in 2019. Already by that stage we committed to, I guess, ramping up our racing program, so we put in a different engine, upgraded engine, semi-PP, new apex seals, new engine management system, a whole heap of other stuff as well. And once that was all done and built, we were ready to go to the dyno. Dyno tuned the car, and unfortunately, we didn't really have a racetrack open in Melbourne. So essentially, based on conditions we're left here with Victoria at the moment, it looks highly unlikely that we may actually be able to race again in 2020. Our borders are actually closed. For people that don't know internationally where we are, we're in Melbourne. State is called Victoria in Australia, and we have unfortunately the most envious position in Australia of having the highest amount of COVID cases, and because of that, no state essentially wants to touch us. We're lepers, so we can't go interstate to race. The main track in Melbourne, of course, everything is closed and we can't race anyway, but that's been ripped up and resurfaced at the moment, so we couldn't race there even if COVID wasn't a thing. Heathcote Park's also been sold and is in the process of having some revamps there. However, the track at Heathcote earlier this year, even when it was open, wasn't conducive to taking the power that we can make in this thing now that we want to get down the track. We probably wouldn't have bettered our time, so them are the breaks, I guess. So one of the main reasons we're moving this car on is that this garage I have here is long and narrow, and it's not really conducive to having multiple vehicles in here that you can just store, and keep around for a rainy day or whatever. So this is keeping me from doing customer work, taking on a lot of customer work, which I have people that want to get work done here, and I just cannot do it at the moment because this car's here. So we need to move it on. You can only race one race car at a time, so this one is it's got to go, unfortunately, but had a lot of fun times in it, and who would have thought 5 years ago that we'd end up building something like this. We hadn't really done any project car work on Full Boost at all, and that was the main driver, I guess, to build this. So this car was only ever meant to be something fun, and our goal was just to run a 9 and maybe run 140 mile an hour, and we ticked those boxes. So we ended up running 946 at 147 mile an hour, and had a lot of fun doing it. So the main reason we wanted to build this car was extra content for our viewers in terms of something very different. So Full Boost had always just been known as to cover the racing, but there wasn't anything in terms of tech content or build series or anything like that, and we just wanted to go down a different avenue, a different path. I was in a position where this car came up and it was available for a great price, and I picked it up and continued working on it. You saw the state of it when we first picked it up. It was an absolute shambles. So first thing was we got it tidied up a bit and cleaned up, and then we, as you can see, we got, I think, close to 20-part build series on it, and we evolved the car over time, and ended up where we ended up. I guess regrets not running an 8. Once we'd obviously stepped up and ran that 947, and it happened pretty easily. never getting back to the racetrack again to, you know, we know that the power it can make and the hardware that it's got, that it would have been able to run an 8, but not having the time slip, you know, doesn't mean anything. So, you know, you can have a 1,000 horsepower dyno sheet, you know, and you can run 9 whatever, but unless you've got an 8-second time slip, you can't go around telling people you've got an 8-second car. So could have, should have, would have, whatever. But, you know, it's just a reality. I have to know that this car might have been capable of it, but yeah, it's never going to be a car that ran 8s. It ran 946, 147, and that's it. End of story. So the car has been purchased by someone in Melbourne. I can definitely reveal that. However, I'm not sure what engine combo is going in there. One thing I can pretty much guarantee, it won't be a rotary. So the person that has purchased it definitely isn't a rotary head. So they've already confirmed that it definitely won't get a rotor. But last engine that was actually in this car was a twin turbo small block Chev anyway. So who knows what's going to go in it. But yeah, hopefully we can keep you guys abreast on what happens there. And I'm sure there's 1,000,001 YouTube channels out there. I'm sure someone's connected to someone that'll yeah, pick it up and cover some of that build or whatever anyway. The thing I've liked most about this project is probably community. It's brought probably our viewership much closer to us, and they probably got to know us a lot better. Before this project car come along, I don't think Luke or Geordie had been on camera very much, and I definitely wasn't a part of the channel really. Done a couple of tech videos here and there, like rebuilding the rotary engine and stuff like that, but I guess Full Boost was always behind the camera, and this build series really gave us opportunity to get in front of the camera and yeah, tell us a bit more about who we are, and when we found out a lot more about our viewers as well, which was great. And yeah, continue to grow now. We've developed more build series with the F350, GSR, WRX, and hopefully countless others in the future. So finally, I'd like to say thanks to all the supporters of this build series in terms of people that had, you know, helped us with product and stuff like that. So that really helped us get up and running with this project, because it's not cheap to build project cars. So every little bit helped with discounts and stuff like that for the people that really supported us with this project. So thank you very much to those businesses that were a part of it. And also finally, I'd just like to thank the viewers out there that were incredibly supportive of us and giving us tips on what to do, and maybe look at this, maybe look at that, and constructive criticism here and there. I know we definitely get our fair share, like everyone does on the internet, of non-constructive criticism and complete morons out there that'll just follow you around the internet to shitpost basically because they've got no life. But hey, that's part of the territory, you know, whatever. We don't live in China or whatever, so you know, if you want to say what you got to say, you know, we'll let you do it. But I'm pretty sure our loyal fan base will take care of those people like they normally do anyway, because most of them are just gronks, let's be honest. But yeah, we've had a lot of fun here. Yeah, VB, get it in here. Cat's piss. Hope people learnt something along the way. We like to dive a bit deeper into our builds and sprinkle a bit of tech stuff in there as well, rather than just slap stuff together and, you know, we built this in 24 hours type of nonsense or whatever. We like to show the warts and all of how things can go wrong and how we fix them and things like that. So yeah, hope a lot of people had fun over the build series. What's next? I don't know. I guess you'll just have to wait to find out. I'm sure we'll have something in the pipeline, but yeah, until then, thanks for watching. Project Redline signing off. Hello, I'm reading from a script. This isn't pre-rehearsed at all.
Epic. I don't want to say epic.
Epic.